Hi, first graders. Yesterday we talked about identifying pennies and dimes and about how much they are worth. Today we're going to work on counting them. So our I can statement is I can count pennies and dimes. Can you repeat it back with me? I can count pennies and dimes. So we talked about the penny. The penny is the one on the left, and it's that copper brown color, and it has Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial Building on the back. We also talked about how a penny is just worth 1 cent. So if I'm thinking about base 10 blocks, I would think of a penny as just the ones block. Then we talked about the dime. The dime is the one on the right and is silver. We can distinguish a dime from other coins because it's the smallest and thinnest. The dime has Franklin Roosevelt on the front, and it has a torch and olive branches on the back. We talked about a dime being worth 10 cents. So if I was thinking about base 10 blocks, I would think of a 10. So both the penny and dimes are coins we use for currency. We talked about this word yesterday. Currency is a system of money we use in the United States. Can you say currency? And let's say this all together. Currency is a system of money we use in the United States. When we talk about coins, we talk about as cents. So you might see this sign often, and you're going to probably see it in your activity today, or you'll see the word cents spelled out. So we talked about the penny being 1 cent, and you could see cents like this with a symbol, or you could see it written out like this. So we talked about the penny and how it could be like a 1. So we're going to work on counting pennies. So if you look at my screen, how many pennies do I have? We can count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 pennies, so when I add those up, that means I have 4 cents, or we could also write it as 4 with the cents sign. Now how many pennies do I have? I had 4. How many do I have now? So I can either recount it all over, or I can start where I already was and count on. So I knew this was 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many cents do I have? I have 7 cents. I can write it out like this or use this symbol. Now how many pennies do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 cents. So I can write it out like this or write it with my symbol. Now, if I have 9 cents and there's a cupcake for 10 cents, could I buy the cupcake? No, because I don't have enough money, or currency. So I need to figure out how many more pennies would I need to get 10 cents if I have 9. So 9 plus what will give me 10 cents I need to buy this cupcake? If you said 1, you are correct, because 9 plus 1 equals 10. So 10 pennies we talked about is the same as 1 dime. So if I had 10 pennies, I could buy the cupcake, or if I just had 1 dime, I could also buy the cupcake because they're both worth 10 cents. So remember we talked about this yesterday. If I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pennies, I have the same amount of money as I would if I just had a dime. So I could either pay for the cupcake with 10 pennies, or I could use 1 dime because they're both worth 10 cents. So when we think about the dime, we think about a base 10 block for a 10. We don't need to know that, or we don't need to count up 10 pennies to get the dime. We just can already know that it's worth 10 cents. Just like with a base 10 block for a 10, you already know there's 10 in there. So when we write 10 cents, we write it with either the symbol that means cents, or we write out the word cents. So let's practice counting by tens because a dime is worth 10. So I wouldn't count these as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because I'd be counting it as pennies, which are worth 1. A dime is worth 10, so we need to count by tens. You guys ready to count with me? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. How many cents do I have? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I have 60 cents. So I could say if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dimes, I know I have 60 cents because I'm going to count them by tens. Now let's count these ones. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I have 80 cents here. What about here? If I want to buy this toy that's 50 cents, do I have enough money? Can you count the dimes on the screen? Do you think I have enough to buy this toy? Let's see. 10, 20, 30. Can I buy the toy? No, 30 cents is less than 50 cents. I need some more money. How many more dimes would I need? So I can think of it as 30 plus what will give me 50 cents. I can count on to do this. If I have 10, 20, 30, how many more do I need? So if this is 30, I need 40, 50. 40, 50. How many more dimes do I need? I need 2 more dimes. So would I write it as, if I knew I had 10, 20, 30, and I added 2 more dimes, would that give me 50 cents? I can't write it like this. I do need 2 more dimes, but 2 dimes is the same as 20 cents. Watch. 10, 20. If I did 30 plus 2, I would have 32, and that is not enough money to get the toy. So I would need to write it as 30 plus 20 equals 50. Because if we look at the first 3 dimes I had, it's 10, 20, 30, which is my number here. And I added 2 more dimes, which if I counted by tens would be 10, 20, and added it here. So 30 plus 20 equals 50 cents. So I would need 5 dimes to buy the toy because it's 50 cents. On your seesaw activity today, you are going to count the number of coins in each row. So if I were counting pennies, would I count by ones or tens? I would count by ones because a penny is worth 1 cent. So you would count these up and then use the drawing tool to write the correct number on this blank line. Then, when you see dimes, are you going to count by ones or tens? You're going to count by tens because a dime is worth 10. And then once again, write the correct number on the line. So you're going to do that for this row, this row, this row, and this last row. Then if you see on the side, you have other slides to complete. So if I were to click on the second one, it would look like this. This one says, how many more pennies do you need to buy the cookie? So this is going to be the same as what I just showed you, but you are going to do it on your own. So you're going to use your hand tool and figure out if you have 6 pennies, how many more do you need to get 10 cents because the cookie is worth 10 cents. So you can use your hand tool to drag the correct amount up here and then use one of the drawing tools to write how many you added. So I would have dragged this penny up here and then keep going. Then on the third slide, it says, how many more dimes do you need to buy the toy? The toy is 70 cents. Do you have 70 cents here? Let's count. 10, 20. You only have 20 cents, which is this number here, and that means you do not have enough because 20 is less than 70. So once again, using the hand tool here, drag up until you get 70. How many did you add? But remember, you're not going to just write the number, you're going to write how much it counts up to be. So if this, I wouldn't write 1, 2 for dimes, I'd write 10, 20, like so here. Then when you're done with all 3 slides, you're going to hit that green check button in the top right corner. So again, friends, we are working on counting by pennies and dimes today. So if you're counting by pennies, you're counting by ones. And if you're counting by dimes, you're counting by tens. Have fun with this activity, first grade. And again, if you have any questions, please let me know.